We have heard nothing from the WNBA, absolutely nothing.
Brittney Griner elbowing Caitlin Clark in a crazy way and then calling her a trash white girl.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Brittney Griner just sparked a firestorm. She stunned the entire internet with an explosive outburst aimed right at Caitlin Clark. Cameras appeared to catch her calling Clark a trash white girl in the middle of a heated game. Live on air, with the whole world watching, the fallout was instant. Fans are outraged and demanding the league hand out serious consequences, while old rumors about Griner's private life have come roaring back online like a wave crashing out of nowhere. This isn't just about basketball anymore. People are picking apart every move she makes, every glare, every single word. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's supporters are going all in, flooding timelines with "I stand with CC" to show loyalty to the rookie who's already turning the league upside down. This mess isn't just a rivalry on the court, it's turned into a fight over respect, reputation, and raw emotion boiling over under the spotlight. The league was already on edge, but Griner blew it wide open. After fouling out of a rough matchup, cameras caught her storming off the court, and plain as day, she mouthed the words, "Trash effing white girl." No one missed it. The clip spread online faster than a buzzer-beater highlight, leaving fans and analysts in total shock. This wasn't your everyday trash talk. It was sharp, ugly, and cut way deeper than basketball ever should. Even the pros at the desk looked shaken. Skip Bayless didn't sugarcoat it, saying loud and clear, if a white player dropped a racial slur on national TV, their career would be over before lunch. And yet, nothing happened. No fine, no suspension, not even one of those weak, "we're reviewing the situation" lines the league usually throws out. The silence was deafening, louder than a brick clanging off the rim, and fans were furious. But here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark has been taking hits since the second she stepped onto a WNBA court. She's been shoved in warm-ups, bumped mid-play, and targeted nonstop, not because she plays dirty, but because she dominates. And whether people want to admit it or not, race has become a part of this conversation that can't be ignored anymore. Griner's outburst wasn't some heat-of-the-moment slip. It fit right into a disturbing trend that fans have been calling out for months. That wasn't passion spilling over, it was a calculated, venom-filled shot broadcast in front of millions. And coming from a league that shouts "no place for hate," this dead silence is louder than a packed arena going ice cold after a missed game winner. Fans want answers. Why is the league acting blind? Why is Brittney Griner being shielded when she crossed the line under the brightest lights of national TV? Now picture this. What if Caitlin Clark had been the one to say those exact same words? The outrage would have exploded instantly. Non-stop headlines, breaking news banners, sponsors running for the exits, and most likely a career-ending ban slapped on her before the next sunrise. Even the analysts spelled it out. Any white player making that remark would be crucified by the media. But Brittney Griner? She strolls off like it was nothing more than a routine turnover. And when some commentators tried to play it off, acting like fans were just imagining things, the footage shut that down fast. The clip was as clear as one of Clark's picture-perfect threes. Lip readers, fans, and even neutral reporters all confirmed exactly what came out of Griner's mouth. No guessing, no maybe, just facts. Meanwhile, the league acts like the mic was never even on. That kind of selective outrage is exactly what's rotting the WNBA from the inside, and fans are done putting up with it. Remember, they rushed to investigate Fever fans over shaky, unverified claims about Angel Reese. But now, they've gone silent, blind, and totally frozen when a racial insult gets dropped on live TV. Somebody explain how that makes sense? This isn't some one-off moment. Caitlin Clark has been the league's punching bag since the second she stepped on the court. And it's not because she's out here flopping for calls or running her mouth. It's because she's that good. And her stardom is stealing the shine from vets who think seniority makes them untouchable. Angel Reese even fanned the flames, reposting a meme that mocked Clark like she was running scared, captioned, "White girl running from the fade." That wasn't lighthearted fan banter. That was a straight-up diss coming from another player, like she's trying to spit a verse in a rap battle instead of hooping. And it didn't stop there. Clark's been slapped in the face mid-play, shoved around like a rag doll, And every time someone hacks her, they celebrate like they just won a ring. But here's the kicker. Clark never fires back. No cheap shots, no dirty revenge, just pure basketball brilliance while taking the heat head on. The double standard is crystal clear. Every time Caitlin gets hit, she's expected to grin, keep quiet, and take the high road. Meanwhile, she's the one being shoved, slammed, and now disrespected on live TV. And the media, instead of defending her, they cheer for the very players targeting her like it's entertainment. The message is loud. Certain players get a shield of protection, while Clark gets a bullseye on her back. And for a league that keeps preaching about growth, looking the other way while its brightest rookie gets bullied is the fastest way to drag the whole thing down. Casual fans, most of them brand new to the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, are watching this chaos unfold in pure disbelief. They showed up to cheer for her insane game, but instead they've seen her mocked, shoved around, and now slapped with a racial insult. And the punishment? Nothing. No fines, no accountability, just silence, empty slogans, and a shoulder shrug from the league. If this is the welcome mat for new fans, don't be shocked when they switch the channel. Here's the question no one in the front office wants to touch. Why is Caitlin Clark expected to take every hit, every shove, every insult, while others get away with anything? Why is a racial insult against her written off as a moment of frustration, when if the roles were reversed, the league would collapse under the outrage by sunrise? That's the hypocrisy fans are sick of. And if the WNBA keeps brushing it off, don't be surprised when the fans brush them off too, no matter how many hashtags they plaster across the hardwood. The Clark effect is real. She's the single most valuable piece of the league's future. But just when people thought Brittney Griner's outburst was the peak of the drama, the internet dragged an old firestorm right back into the spotlight because this controversy isn't new. It's been simmering for years, and now it's exploded back with jet fuel force. And this time, it's not just about basketball, it's personal, invasive, and spreading online like wildfire. We're talking about the renewed storm of speculation over Brittney Griner's identity, a debate that's now dominating timelines, trending news feeds, and even fueling whispers behind locker room doors. Let's be clear, this isn't about pushing conspiracies. This is about covering what's already flooding the internet, with fans resurfacing old clips, dragging up past posts, and pointing at what they say is a glaring lack of transparency. The spark that reignited this firestorm? A topless Instagram story that Brittney Griner posted herself, showing a flat chest with no clear signs of surgery. Normally, Instagram's AI system is lightning fast to remove nudity, but this one, it slipped through.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Not after a day, not after a week. It stayed up for nearly 2 years. That had fans speculating that the platform system may have classified the image as male instead of female. Now, stack that with Griner's deep voice, her towering frame, and her sheer dominance on the hardwood, and fans are openly asking the uncomfortable question, when she's bodying Caitlin Clark, are they really competing on equal terms? And the chatter hasn't slowed down. An anonymous viral post is now making the rounds, throwing even more fuel on a fire the league prayed would stay buried. The latest viral claim alleges that Brittney Griner was assigned female on paper, said to be a decision made by her mother, and that she's carried that reality under wraps while carving out her basketball career. According to the rumor, Griner lives and presents masculine in nearly every part of life, except on the court. Whether people buy it or not, one fact can't be ignored. The WNBA has never addressed any of these whispers. And that silence? That's exactly what fans are zeroing in on. Why the secrecy? In today's world, people demand inclusion. Yes, but they also demand fairness, especially at the highest level of competition. If there's even a hint of truth to these questions, then athletes like Caitlin Clark deserve real answers when someone built like a linebacker is slamming into smaller, lighter players who clearly can't match that kind of physical force. This stopped being just about sportsmanship. It's about safety, equality, and whether the playing field is actually level. And don't forget the international piece. Brittney Griner was already at the center of a global storm when she was arrested in Russia for cannabis possession, only to be traded in a high-stakes prisoner swap for one of the most notorious arms dealers alive. Not just any criminal, but the man they call the Merchant of Death, Victor Bout, the infamous Merchant of Death. That wasn't just a messy headline, that was a national security level deal.
Caitlin Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
See an investigation into reverse racism that's going on across the league also.
WNBA has come out numerous times. There's no place for hate. There's no place.
An exchange that shook governments and left people around the world stunned that a basketball player carried that kind of political weight. So fans are absolutely right to ask, how does someone with baggage that heavy get protected and coddled by the league? While Caitlin Clark, the rookie single-handedly making the WNBA relevant again, can't even get a fair whistle? This isn't just favoritism. It's a question of priorities, of protection, of whether the league is truly serious about its future or just shielding its chosen few. Because let's be real, if there's even the possibility that a biological male is competing and dominating in women's sports under false pretenses, this wouldn't just be controversial. It could explode into the biggest sports scandal of the entire decade. And right at the center of this storm is Caitlin Clark. Not because she wanted it, not because she provoked it, but because she's the one everybody's watching, whether they're rooting for her rise or waiting to see her fall. The WNBA begged for attention, begged for new fans, begged for energy, and Clark delivered all of it. But instead of protecting their biggest star, the league has let her eat elbows, take insults, and get the cold shoulder from the very institution that should be lifting her up. And fans aren't clueless. They see it crystal clear. They know exactly who's being shielded and who's being sacrificed. The harsh truth? It's not the rookie who dragged the WNBA back into the spotlight that's being protected. It's the one dragging the game's reputation through the mud that keeps walking away untouched. Meanwhile, the questions circling Brittney Griner get louder by the week. But what do we hear from the league? Nothing. No answers. No explanation. No reassurance that women in this league are being given a fair and safe playing field. That's not leadership. That's cowardice. And if the WNBA won't speak up, fans are more than ready to do it for them. So here's the call. If you stand with Caitlin Clark, if you believe she deserves fairness, respect, and protection, then make your voice impossible to ignore. Drop "I stand with CC" in the comments, scream it from the stands, and keep showing up game after game. Because let's be real, if the league doesn't step up soon, the cost won't just fall on Caitlin Clark. The entire credibility of women's basketball is on the line. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a beat. Click the video on your screen and we'll catch you in the next one.